going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got to talk about this right now, guys. As it's been announced recently, Undisputed will be back on FS1 on August the 28th. So they have a date, but, there's a lot of moving parts here. First of all, we know about ESPN and the layoffs and the firings, and, how Max Kellerman, Keyshawn Johnson, a few other names were linked to the show. Well, the show is at a stalemate right now because Skip has the final say on who will be the replacement for Shannon Sharpe. And according to sources, he wants Stephen A. Smith, whereas they're trying to make certain hires internally. Skip knows he needs to make a big splash because the show is struggling without Shannon Sharpe, and it's been very hard for him to find a host. And there's no secret there, or it wouldn't have taken this long. Him missing the moves that's going on in the NBA and being able to talk about that has killed the show, and you're seeing other shows cover it and everything. It's really been killing them right now. And, that's what the source said. Like, these NBA offseason moves, you got Damian Lillard trying to find somewhere else, and this is exactly what they said about it. Shannon's exit moved way faster than they expected, so they had no choice but to go on a hiatus. Skip has never done anything like this during all his years at FS1 or ESPN. Not being on the air during all these NBA moves is killing him. So the network was caught off guard by Shannon Sharpe leaving them, and they didn't have the time to bounce back. And, Shannon Sharpe being so knowledgeable in the football sphere, that really helped the show too. Because Skip had to defer a lot to Shannon Sharpe, but when he started saying things about Tom Brady, he's jealous and all that was one of the straws that broke the camel's back. Front Office Sports also said, the source said, this was so dumb. They had the best partner. There are 3 stars in morning debate: Skip, Stephen A., and Shannon, and Fox had 2 of them. And Shannon is talking to FanDuel right now. In a weird development, he went on his show and he begged Charles Barkley to be his co-host. Let's check that out.
I sat back 2 days later and I started thinking about what Charles said about me, about wanting this job against this damn idiot. Started thinking about my next debate partner on Undisputed, and this is what occurred to me. Charles Barkley would be my dream debate partner on Undisputed. I would dive out of bed every morning out here in Los Angeles at 2 o'clock in the morning to get to work with Charles. Please, Charles, please come and please work with me, this damn idiot. Please. What a joy it would be to do battle every day with Charles Barkley live on television. I could semi-retire. I could mail it in. I could, dare I say, actually have a life and forget about prepping so furiously hard night after night after night for every day's Undisputed. All I'd have to do is let Charles go first and listen to him make a fool of himself. I get to sit back and watch him walk himself right into an indefensible trap. I wouldn't even have to try. So please, 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 Charles, come be this damn idiot's debate partner. Please let me annihilate you on a daily basis, 10 times per show. Let me make barbecue chicken out of you, as Shaq often says that he did, my man Shaq, of those who tried to guard him. Compared to my former formidable partners, Stephen A. and Shannon, you, Charles, would be a one-man Washington Generals. You'd be a solo Shaqtin' the Fool on a daily basis. You'd be the equivalent of an Adam Morrison. And I now officially offer you the opportunity to be the damn idiot's permanent debate partner. Please say yes.
So Skip Bayless wants Stephen A. Smith, and he just offered. I cut out a piece there for copyright reasons, but he offered to pay Charles Barkley's salary, and he says, he would turn him into another Adam Morrison. He would end his career, 10 times a show. He would light him up. He's nowhere near Shannon and Stephen A. And I think, he's saying that to try to get Chuck to come out. Now, paying Chuck's salary would be something crazy because TNT, they just broke the bank on him. And also CNN, he's supposed to have like some political type show with Gayle King, I think. And, so Chuck got his hands in a lot of stuff right now. Skip will have to pay a lot of money. Chuck's going to be making more than you if you hire him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see that happening. But it does speak to Skip. He know what he's doing, right? He's talking junk to Chuck, but that's marketing. And that's why he's limiting everything to Stephen A. Smith or Charles Barkley. Because honestly, adding those would be such a huge splash. Like adding Chuck, people gonna be watching like, are they gonna fight or are they gonna make it through a show? And so that interest will be there. And I give Skip this, man, he knows what sells. Stephen A. Smith, you think about all the layoffs at ESPN, you think about Pat McAfee, and Stephen A. spoke about it the other day. He said they acquired Pat McAfee's product that he had more so than paying him more to be an employee to come to ESPN. And I definitely agree with that to some degree, but it still can't feel good that Pat McAfee is doing a podcast and that's it for ESPN and making way more money than you. Whereas, you're on NBA Countdown, you're on Get Up sometimes, you on this show, the next show, ESPN Sports, not ESPN, but Sports Center, you on First Take, that's your show. You trying to do your podcast independent of them and some kind of deal with FanDuel that you have. And so Skip Bayless is probably going to HR and like offer Stephen A's buyout for ESPN and pay him 4 times more what he making just to come in and debate me in the morning. And to be honest with you, Stephen A would be the best bet because Stephen A can't turn that deal down if he's a brilliant man. If somehow Skip and FS1 can negotiate his buyout and pay him way more, he like less of a workload as a man his age, he would be crazy to turn that down, especially if he can keep his podcast and do all this other stuff. I don't expect Chuck to respond to this, and Skip does sound a little desperate, but Skip is a smart businessman. You get Charles Barkley across from him, then we can just, this show can go to that next level. I think Chuck's disdain for what he's done in journalism over a lot of years is just not something that can be repaired to make a product, for people to just watch and enjoy for entertainment on TV. I think Chuck means what he says as far as him as a journalist. Not the part about offing him or anything, but definitely him as a journalist. I don't think that can happen. But and I think Stephen A. Smith is a long shot, but I do think Skip should tell them to offer him whatever. Because we would watch Skip and Stephen A. Smith. Will it be able to recapture the magic they once had? Who knows? But Stephen A. is a producer now too. So it's not even the Stephen A. that you brought in last. Stephen A. will probably want some production credit. Stephen A. will probably want some rotating hosts to come in. And the relationships that Stephen A. Smith has, you're able to get more people in. So that intrigued me too, that he wants someone with relationships that can bring other people in to interview and talk and do all this. Skip is not an idiot. So, I appreciate what he's doing. I wish he could get one of these guys. But like I said, he needs to look at a talent like Chad Ochocinco or someone like that. I think that's possible. But, hey, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.